Ekureea is a Japanese illustrator who is popular on Twitter with a cute and sweet art style. I mean, just look at her work. They're all adorable and cute, and I also want to do the same. So in this video, I'm going to break down how she actually does that, starting by studying her work that's spread across the Twitter and Pixiv. The first thing I noticed is that she used a lot of additional elements in her work, such as cake and flowers. And this makes her work look more cute and not plain. And I also realized that the most dominant thing about Ekureea's work is not the colors, but the line art. This is a big challenge for me because I hate doing line art. For example, you can see in these illustrations, even though there are not many lightning effects in it, the work doesn't look plain and instead look cute. And the last, Ekureea uses soft color choice with one standout color. You can see in some of the illustrations, there is one color that is contrasting compared to the others. I also found a video of Ekureea's process of drawing her work. And after watching the video, I managed to conclude there are 6 main steps in the illustration process. I feel there is something missing, so I decided to choose one of her work and break it down. First off, sketch and then line art. In the line art process, she used a brush with a low opacity. This makes the line art look diverse and not boring. Once everything was done, she changed the color of the line art to brown to make it look softer. This can be done with the alpha log features available in the various art applications. This step is quite easy. Next is the base color. Also, she colored the base color in slightly different way. She colored one part with the highly saturated blue colors, then changed it to the actual color. This method was done to make the process easier, considering that Ekureea often use soft color and close to white. At first, I thought this was a pretty easy step, but in fact I spent like 4 hours on this process. Next is the lighting effect. At this step, she only adds lighter color in areas exposed to light. But in several other works, she used multiple layers to darken the base color and then determine the light. That's all for this step. Quite easy. So we're gonna move to the next step. Patterns. This step is the easiest step compared to the other steps, because she will only add patterns in several parts. This is done so that the illustration look more colorful and not empty. Next is shading. Ekureea has a unique way of doing this step. She determined the shadow area with a thick brush, then she used an airbrush to color in the shadow. This is done so that the shadow doesn't look flat. After taking a lot of time, we're done. All of these steps is the basic step in creating illustrations, which makes me confident enough to say that you can also do the same thing. To prove it, let's look at my attempt. I start by searching for a character I would draw on the internet. And I found a super cute, sweet, gorgeous, beautiful, mommy's character, which is Raiden Shogun from Genshin Impact. But actually the real reason I chose this character is because she has a braided hair. Realize that Ekureea often draws a lot of characters who have braided hair. When I say a lot, it literally means a lot. Then I tried to make several sketches and choose which one is the best. Then I redrawn the sketch with more and more detail. I used quite a lot of additional elements, such as candy and flower, just like Ekureea did. Let's move on to the next step. Line art. I tried really hard to make a shirt design that was similar to Ekureea by reviewing some of her work, which has many folds of fabric, cute clothes, and several other elements to make it look not plain. I also took reference from Pinterest, and this is the result I got. Then I changed the line art color to brown for a result that is more similar to Ekureea. Moving on to the coloring step. I colored with the soft and light colors, except for the hair, because if we change to grayscale, you can see that the part that stands out the most is the hair. With this, people will pay more attention to the face. Then I add some soft light in the exposed area. I avoid putting too much light because it doesn't suit her way. Moving on to the pattern step. I try to add some pattern to the clothes, so it doesn't look too empty. At this step, I really stick to the pattern that Ekureea used in her work. You can see that the pattern I use is almost the same as her pattern. Continue to the shading step. I mess up a bit at this step because I put too much shadow, and it looked dirty, and not like Ekureea work. So I tried to reduce the areas of the shadow, and it worked. A fairly easy solution for this problem, but this is quite difficult for me who often colors with a many and varied color. But actually the key is keep everything simple. With this principle, you can produce a work that is simpler, but cuter. Before moving on to the next step, you may notice that Ekureea also colors the eyes in a special way, and I may manage in copying it. Start with base color, then darker color above it, which is filled with another color, then a lighter color below, followed by a light. And now you have it. It's pretty easy if you know the steps and master of the color choice. So let's continue. Actually, Ekureea also used several methods to finish her work, such as adding some sparkles and additional elements to her work. But in some conditions, she also used several adjustments in Photoshop, such as levels, brightness or contrast, and color balance. I didn't use those adjustments because I was using Ekureea Paint, and my trial period had expired, so I just added a few additional elements, such as strands of hair and flower. And I think we're done. I am quite satisfied with the result. What do you think? So what did I get during this learning process? I actually thought that this would be an easy thing to learn, but in reality, it's quite difficult when I try it. And in the end, if you want to get a cute and sweet work, it takes a lot of practice and knowledge. Once you master that, you will become a master of cuteness. If you like content that's studying other artists' style, let me know in the comments, and you can support me by like and subscribe. See you in the next video.
Bye.